This call is from the National Investigation Division of the National Crime Agency. Presumably they're investigating Jonas Radu for crimes against football or something.
You don't wait for me, 'cause I keep breathing fire. I won't wait for you, 'cause you keep telling lies. I keep going high, she keeps going low. At the end of the day, she's gone. But you don't wait for me, 'cause I keep breathing fire. And you keep telling lies.
Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Outcasts 2 Icons. If you've been enjoying it, of course, smash that like button, helps out a treat. Yeah. So, today I thought we'd start on Luis Cabrera, the Mexican right back that we've been having a good time with. He looks a little bit like Renan Nelson from my Tromsø save, just the face shape and whatnot. He's been okay. Really, that's all I can say about him. I feel like there's definitely stuff we have to have a look at in the summer. I think he's fine. But remember as well, we have Emerson joining us in a pre-arranged transfer. But remember, it's also important to note, both Emerson and Renato Sanchez join us this summer as well. So I actually forgot about those transfers happening. So we really do need to be careful about where we sign players, because that means we do have a right back already coming in. And there's really no point in me looking for yet more, because it will just clutter us. He's going to be on huge wages too, but it is what it is. So Renato Sanchez will certainly give us something else in the midfield though. Imagine a Dinko Pavlich, Renato Sanchez pairing, because Flans just has not quite been doing it for me at the moment for whatever reason. He just doesn't seem to be quite grasping the concepts of the tactic. Maybe he'll get that, I don't know. But in other news, Luis Cabrera has found out about Sebastiano Bigi's love for music, as he shares that similar love. Less so for Led Zeppelin, but just a love for music in general. And the two of them have decided to form a band with some other teammates at the club. Not entirely sure what the band is called yet. Going to play a nice little flavour of Italian indie rock. Still have no idea what they'd call that band. But today, we host Sampdoria in our first game. Now, a win here, it's annoying because we could actually end up finishing a bit lower than I'd like to this year, just because of those drop points recently. In the last 4 games, I feel like we've been massively in all of them and arguably have got less points than we should have done. I think in the previous 3 games, before the Cagliari game, we were the better side in all of them, and to only win 1 was disappointing. And against Cagliari, we easily could have had something there as well if we could just get past their wall of a goalkeeper. But we're still moving in the right direction. Performances have been really, really good for the most part, so I'm actually not too bothered about that at all. To give you an idea, we've managed 10 games in charge of this club, and they had 26 games under the previous manager. They scored 20 goals in their first 26 games. In the 10 games since we've come in, we've scored 21 goals. That is actually absolutely ridiculous. And they've been conceding way more than they should be as well. And I think that we've definitely not stymied that entirely by any means, but we've slowed that down a little bit too. And it's just going to be a slow building process. And into next year, I really think we need to be, with the right players next year, I think we could make a push to be one of these sort of maybe on the cusp of Europe type of teams. I don't think it's going to be instant results. I think sometimes with these sort of saves, or where I normally do sort of saves, you see the sort of progression each season. The difference is, usually with those saves, I've had 5 years beforehand of bringing through players that I want, so it takes you a little while to sort of turn the ship around and get the inertia going in the other way, I suppose. But we push on. They want to start Piscina over Kudos today. How is his match sharpness not losing sharpness? How are you losing sharpness? You're playing mostly 90 minutes every week. Yeah, no, I still can't. I can't not start. As good as Piscina is, I cannot start Kudos. He has been so damn key to this club since coming in. I mean, we've got 8 goals from him out of Chris. Like literally, I don't know how many games he's actually played. I mean, that's insane. He scored 8 goals in that period and 4 assists too. So in the 10 games since we've come in, he's got 8 goals and 4 assists, and he had 2 assists in his previous 23 matches before that. Now, where he was playing, I don't know. Let's find out, I suppose. But still. So he was playing a bit deeper, and arguably was playing better, but I'm sorry. Like, just no. Oh, no, he wasn't. He was playing up top as well. So, yeah, I think we've definitely turned him into something pretty sick. But honestly, there isn't really many more changes I want to make. I kind of just want to persist with what we've got for now, and just kind of hope for the best. Maybe I'm pinning too much of my hopes on Dinko Pavlich. I just have real hopes for the lad. And if we play as well as we have in the last few games, surely, eventually, it will turn in our favour, right? Our form's not exactly been spectacular as of late, but it's very symmetrical, and that's really the main thing. But if we play as well as we have in literally all of our last 4 games, then surely, eventually, we're gonna get a game where it just goes our way instead, and we're able to take those chances, and they don't get really soft goals. Hopefully, that moment there as well. Right, Siggy Jonsson. Oh, it's a lovely touch to take it past his man. He's absolutely done him with that. Can he slip it through though? He does. Kudos. It's blocked, and Siggy Jonsson, and blocked, and oh, the blocks are happening. It's like Empoli all over again. Looks threatening. Good tackle from Marcus Paolo, and he's won the second ball as well. Kudos again, driving into that midfield. Taking people on as well. Go on, Mohamed. Yes, lad. Gets it into Skov Olsen. Whips it through. Marcus Paolo and his headers. He just cannot stop heading it over the bar. It's absolutely insane. If I had a penny for every missed header he's had since we joined this club, it would be absolutely... I'd be rich. I could buy my own club. Caicedo. Kudos dropping short again. Looks for the long ball out. And that's actually not a bad pass. Marcus Paolo's got it. This is where he's at his best. Oh. Commentator's curse. That's usually where he's at his best, where he gets the ball at his feet and can run at defenders. And usually does a very good job of it. But that one time he just didn't. Skov Olsen to deliver one. Can he pop this on someone's head? He does, and on the end of it is Gabriele Corbo. Sassuolo 1, Sampdoria 0. That's another aspect of our game that we definitely do need to work on a little bit. We haven't been quite as emphatic from set pieces as perhaps I'd like, but I'm guessing with the type of defenders I want to bring in, we should improve there. Great ball in, though. Goalkeeper, terrible on that one. He has let that in, basically. If he just stays on his line, that's an easy save. Come on. And I think we've deserved that. First half has been mostly all us. Cabrera, Flans, Paolo, oh, it's deflected off of his own player, I think. No, it was Lacko with the block there. But once again, encouraging signs, getting in there, looking good. Right, see what else we can conjure. Skov Olsen with the ball through again, and Corbo with the header over the bar this time. I will take that. Sassuolo 1, Sampdoria 0. Corbo's goal, sure, but it was just sort of the icing on the cake that was building. We've defended extremely well in this game, given them virtually nothing, which is useful when Radu's in goal, and created enough to definitely deserve the goal for me. And if it carries on like this, hopefully we can see this over the line. Doesn't win it, but that's fine. We mop up the play and we continue. This is better. This is what I want to see from us. Kudus goes straight through the middle of a pair of them. Finds Marcus Paolo. He's round his man. He has to score and he doesn't even get... And once again, it's blocked. Well played. I'm getting a phone call. Hello? Fuck off. This call is from the National Investigation Division of the National Crime Agency. Presumably they're investigating Jonas Radu for crimes against football or something. Oh, watch out, friends. We're all about to get arrested. Oh my god. I didn't realise that while I was answering that, I forgot to pause it and we damn near conceded a goal off of that. But if things stay as they are, we would be in for a very strong result, hopefully. And I think we would deserve it too. Just letting that go over his head. Right, Skov Olsen will bring this out the air brilliantly. Can he at least keep going? Also, nice pick out as well. Is there one more pass? Yes, there is. Flans, Bianco! Oh, and it's a great save again. Bianco was in a great position there and he probably should have buried that. And I really hope we don't regret that because that was a great opportunity for us as well. They've had to rejig things a bit. They're going to leave space in the midfield. That much we know. Look at the space they're giving us. But we have to use it. Flans, round the side for Bianco again. Will he get the shot away this time? He's going to have to square this. Or just be sensible with it. Lombardo! It's cleared away again. But Cabrera's on the edge of the box this time. Wow. It looks like we are going to get away with it. Sassuolo 1, Sampdoria 0. But today's result really was built on the back of strong defending. We didn't give them anything. That is a massive win for us. Huge win. Really, really important. And that's what I want to see more of from us next year. Games where we don't give them as much going forward. And yeah, we probably could have had more goals in today's game again. But if you build from the back and don't concede goals, you only need the one, and we got it through Corbo today. That is a huge result. Really, really important. Gives us a really good chance of finishing potentially 11th or maybe even 10th. I don't know what the gap is to Samp, actually, as we go Lazio away for the final day of the season. But hopefully that should secure mid-table. We're 11th in the league right now, which is very, very good, obviously. And there is still a chance for us to maybe snatch away 10th from Sampdoria today. It's unlikely. It really, really is, particularly as we go away to Lazio, and that would require some serious stuff. Now, we can't finish any lower than 13th. Atalanta are not able to overtake us even with a victory away at Samp because our head-to-head is better against them. The only real dangers for us is Genoa and Fiorentina. Genoa go away to Crotone, so that could be quite tough for them. And Fiorentina are away at Empoli. So we're all away from home, and really, we just have to match their results to get that nice 11th spot. And I would absolutely take 11th spot. I think we've done well since we've come in. I've looked at it. We've won 17 points from our 11 games in charge, which is over a 1.5 points a game. We did that over a full season. We'd be looking at about 58, 59 points, which right now would put us right on the cusp of Europe, which is exactly what I was thinking of the target for next year. And that's with the current team. So I think that next year we've definitely got to be looking for 55 to 60 points as our target. But obviously, you know, things can happen. I'm going to go exact same lineup again because, of course, we are. I want to just finish off the season with the team that we've got and hope that they can pull off one more piece of magic. I know away at Lazio, maybe we should start and be a bit more sort of conservative, but it's from what I was seeing in the interviews, Lazio play quite a possession-based style, which means that us pressing them might hopefully disrupt them a little bit and hopefully can get them out of their rhythm. And someone like Kudos is very, very good at doing that. Also, the manager of Lazio is actually, Hjulmund, the Danish manager in real life. They're also the top scorers in the league. So our defence is going to have their work cut out today. I think this will be an example of probably the negatives, I feel like, of our defending is going to be exposed in today's game. So we're going to see how well they fare against the best attack in the league. And I think it'll give us an idea of, you know, who in particular is the weak links in our defence. So who performs the best today will certainly be getting a extra thumbs up from me, so to speak. Nice work, though. Great start. And he's already going through. Sigurdsson has scored inside a minute. We already have the lead away at Lazio. Stimir and Sigurdsson. What a moment for the lad. We've taken leads early in games before, but that one was insane. Lazio have yet to touch the ball in this game. They just allowed so much space here. Sigurdsson drops it off to Kudos. He makes the run in behind, times the ball perfectly, gets it back onto his right foot, and that is a gorgeous little finish into the bottom corner. And we've already got something for the defenders to hang on to. Come on! But at least we now know that we'd have to concede 2 goals to even lose the game, and we've conceded the first one there. Regis Arnold scores his 16th goal of the season, and Lazio are immediately level. First opportunity of the game for them, and they are able to take it. Yeah, they just carved us apart there. Just really strong play. Defenders don't get in and do enough here. The key thing for me was that bad... Yeah, there's too much there that they don't do. Not winning the ball in the wide area was key. Like, how on earth is that lad out-muscling you, mate? Okay, better set-piece work of our own here, perhaps. Olsen's ball in. And Corbo with the header, and we're actually back in front. Gabriele Corbo has scored headers in back-to-back games. We go back in front away at Lazio. This is a very un-Sassuolo-like performance here, really. We're actually scoring off a very low-quality chances. It's a great header from Corbo. And now it's 2-1. More work for Lazio. I still think we'll probably end up losing this game in the end, but we've given ourselves a chance. We've at least given the defenders a bit of a leeway to make some mistakes today because the strikers have really stepped up. Oh, he's intercepted it! Sigurdsson. Can he pull it back inside? He finds Flans. Good block, and it's out for a corner. Wow, I like the emphasis today. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and pretend we've been that good in this game overall, but we've taken the opportunities when they fall into us. Sigurdsson's ball through, and Marcus Paulo's shot is blocked at the back post as well. We've taken little moments there, and we damn near could have been 3-1 up at the stroke of half-time there. I don't know how it was only that quality of chance, but whatever. We definitely don't deserve to be in front in this game, that is for sure, but we are, and that's a nice change of pace for us, to be honest. Oh, lovely ball from Marcus Powell. We've got men in the box too. Can he find one of them? I don't know what that was. I have no idea what that was. Goossens. Right, you should have him marshalled pretty nicely here. That's brilliant. Well defended again. The defenders, to their credit today, have done pretty well. We're just going to try and make this as difficult as possible for Lazio, really. They need to score twice. Oh, he's just run across him. Come on, don't foul him, don't foul him, don't foul him. Don't let him fall all the way through, though. And a relatively simple one for Radu. The battle is well and truly on, though. 25 minutes to go. I've brought on Pacina just so we've got a player that can get a booking if we need to. Don't foul him here. Jeroen Goossens equalises for Lazio. They were just able to sort of play through us in the end, and we just weren't able to get enough bodies in the way. The keeper's just standing in the goal, like Marvin from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy in the end. We just don't do enough. They move that ball a little bit faster, and it's a very good finish from Goossens, to be fair. Still, we're in this. They've just been able to be that little bit better in the second half. Just able to find little ways through. We've got blocks in a lot of the time, but they really are peppering us now, and we seem to have no outball currently in the last few minutes here. Bianco's off the bench, finds Kudus. Here he goes, bit of space. He's actually not being closed down. They're letting him all the way through here, Mohamed Kudus! Good strike at goal, and damn, Lazio damn near gave us a goal there, potentially. If Kudus could have finished that a bit better. He's not had a good game so far, sadly, but that was a big chance. Olsen's ball, and it's headed away, but Kudus will pick this up again. Picaro. Oh, come on, goalkeeper. It's a good one, but wow, these direct free kicks are potent as hell. And it's 3-2 to Lazio. And annoyingly, other teams around us are actually winning their games too, and it means that we could end up finishing a lot lower. It's a really good effort. I'm just sick of conceding direct free kicks so often. We're going to finish 13th now. Well, we did our best. We can hardly complain about the result in the end. We were always going to be fighting a losing battle. It's just frustrating to give up the goals and, well, to give up that third goal in the way that we did. Well, we actually defended pretty well for the most part there, but just caught with a... I think we fought hard. It's just, yeah, both Fiorentina and Genoa managed to get away victories, annoyingly. And that is what's really cost us there. So Napoli actually win the league. Is that the first time ever or the first time in a very long time? By 5 points in the end. Inter fails to qualify for Europe at all, as Lazio's result there pushes them into... Well, they were already in that. I think they've leapfrogged Milan with that result. I think we still did okay. It's always going to be tough in games like that against those really, really good sides. Like, we've got good firepower, but defence. That's the key. Defence. So we get £5 million for 13th. I don't know how much that would have cost us, really. Annoyingly, the game doesn't actually tell you, because God forbid I see what the prize money is between these. That would be ridiculous. But nevertheless, the board are fairly happy so far, which is fine. I mean, I don't know how they could be satisfied. I have literally not been able to make any transfers yet, the board. But there we go. So I know we looked at it at the start, but now that we've actually had a bit of time to adjust these things, I think that actually this position here is a bit more needed than I thought initially, given how we've played and where. So with Renato Sanchez coming in as well, the midfield is basically stacked. We know that already. That's really none of our concern. Maybe a backup to Skov Olsen, but honestly, we've got players coming through like Lombardo. There's so many players that can play in this role as well, to be fair. Through the middle, if we needed to sell someone like Andrea Bianco to finance a massive deal, then I would, but I actually really like him as a backup to Sigurd Jonsson at the moment. Through here as well, it's the same story. We've got so many good players in these areas. I think some players will probably leave. None of the ones you're seeing here. Like, they're important players that matter, but I do think we need someone other than Parko Maulis on that left-hand side. That's definitely an area that, when you look, these are all players, really. There's Miroslav Leithner, but he's just not the same type of players. We need another player like a Marcus Paulo. Maybe a left footer, honestly. Someone who's more naturally left footed that can get down and get those balls in instead of the sort of style that he plays. But it's the same in these positions. I don't think Konstantinu's particularly impressed me so far. Neither is the defence. The defence needs to be sorted. That's our biggest area of concern, particularly with Pavlich coming in to shore up the midfield. That's kind of done. I will look at keepers as well, to be honest. Hang on. We've got Klaassen on loan at Empoli, joining permanently. Okay. Right. That's a shame. Could have done without that. How many goalkeepers do they have? Jesus. There's no standouts, so I think we could probably sell one of these two to finance something. Now, obviously, selling players, wanting to sell players and selling players is not the same, because obviously we still have to find someone to buy them, and that's always a bit of a problem. There's some contracts expiring too that should hopefully clear up some wage budget too, get the squad down a little bit, free up some slots for some new people coming in, so that's okay. So the plan for the summer really is going to be a left midfielder as well, and then just defence. Honestly, I could see myself, but the whole defensive five, honestly, I'm targeting. Corbo, for me, he's done fine. But I think that might be covered up a little bit by his scoring, potentially. But he's still a decent centre-back. But he's 31, so we've got to think about the future as well. But the rest of them, they just don't fit what I want to do. So, like, when it comes to finances, we've got a decent whack of change. Now, how we go about spending that is obviously very difficult. Because, remember, top flight in Italian football, that's still not actually that much. So we're going to have to do a bit of hunting around to try and find some bargains in some of the sort of the leagues less travelled. Although I do still have my eyes on a couple of guys that I want to try and bring in as well. It's going to be tough, honestly. Like the idea about people like Daniel Mezger as well. But the thing is, Dino, I want massive money for him now. He seems to have really developed, which is suggesting I made a good signing. But the problem is there's not even any like they don't even have an asking price or no like obvious thing to go for. It's just, yeah, that would be too much cash for us. So we have to be careful the way we spend this money in the summer, and I feel like we're capable of doing that correctly. But I don't think it's going to be a case of we'll have a brand new defence by the time we come back. I don't think we'll be able to do it in 1 year. I think we're going to have to take a couple of years of slowly sorting this squad out, getting the right players in and the right players out, moving the finances around as and when we can to finance that team and get the right players in the defence that I want. There is a guy I'm looking at from Bologna, a centre-back. He is 6'7", but that's not actually the point because he's quick as well and has outstanding tackling to go with it. And he's only 21 years old. So he potentially could... I'll show you if I can, actually. This is he. This is Marco Quarto. He's decent tackling, but obviously, he's still only 21. Excellent jumping reach, big in the air, reasonably quick as well, considering that. He's the type of guy I'm looking at, but the problem is, I just don't think we'd be able to finance a deal for a guy like Marco Quarto off of a team like Bologna. But you never know. The reason I'm interested in him, even though some of these aren't as amazing as they could be, is simply the fact that he has room to grow at the age of 21, and it would suggest that he's very, very good indeed. There's also a Romanian centre-back I'm looking at from another Italian side who might not be the best in terms of development over time, but he has very good attributes now. So he's someone I'd definitely look at as well. And obviously the guy I was talking about from Tenerife too, to potentially play at left-back. There's all sorts of options on the cards. I'm excited to see what happens. So that's what we're going to be doing in the next video. It's transfer window time. We're going to come back, of course, for the first game of the season because there's no European stuff to worry about. I think we've had a good tenure since we took over. There's a lot more green in it since we take over, really. We've won 6 games since taking over, and that's pretty big. Was it 6 games? No, it's not 6 games. Sorry, 5 games since taking over, but that's not bad. 5 wins out of our first 12 games in charge. A couple of draws in there as well. Ain't nothing wrong with that. 17 points from our first 12 matches is a very, very good points tally to build on. And with the right players and changing some stuff with the tactics or changing the positions within it, and Dinko Pavlich coming in, honestly, could be enough for me to just go, yes, we're ready to go. We've shown in games like this and this and this, and that we've got that kind of quality to score goals. If we could just sort out a few of the other things, I think this could be an interesting team for years to come. So, if you've enjoyed this, drop a like. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. That'd be stupidly lovely too. Stream on Twitch Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, so go follow them as well. And I'll see you guys tomorrow with some transfer window goodies. Thank you so much for watching. Hold your gun. Capybara. Bye-bye.